The 5 practices we're covering today have been used in Amish kitchen gardens for generations specifically, because they work better than the inputs they replace, and the combination of calcium management, deep planting technique, magnesium availability, companion biology, and in-ground organic matter produces tomato plants of a caliber that most modern gardeners, growing conventionally, never achieve. Welcome to Gardening Guru. Quick note: I run a membership club right here on YouTube for gardeners who want the premium content that goes well beyond what I share on the free channel. Detailed growing guides, advanced techniques, the kind of depth that develops serious growing skills. Subscribe and find the membership link in the description. Now let's talk about what Amish gardeners know about tomatoes that most commercial growing advice consistently misses. The seed company suppression framing in this video's title refers to the commercial reality that gardening advice controlled by seed companies and commercial growing media prioritizes inputs and purchases over the permanent soil and plant management practices that reduce input dependency. Crushed eggshells, deep planting, Epsom salt, companion planting, and trench composting are all practices that cost essentially nothing and produce results that compounding season after season. They are suppressed not through conspiracy, but through the simple commercial logic that knowledge reducing the need to purchase inputs is not knowledge that input-dependent businesses choose to publish prominently. Crushed eggshells address the calcium deficiency that produces blossom end rot, thin skin, and poor fruit shelf life in tomatoes. And they do it through a slow-release mechanism that outperforms purchased calcium supplements for sustained season-long delivery. Blossom end rot is honestly the most common tomato quality problem you'll find in home gardens. It's almost always misdiagnosed as a calcium deficiency, but the real issue is actually a failure in calcium delivery, not a lack of calcium itself. Most garden soils, in fact, contain plenty of calcium. The trouble comes because tomato plants transpire really large volumes of water during fruit development, and calcium moves through the plant in that transpiration stream. Basically, water traveling from the roots up to the leaves and fruit. When transpiration is inconsistent, whether that's from irregular watering, high temperatures causing rapid fluctuations, or even compacted soil reducing the root's access to moisture-rich soil, calcium delivery to the developing fruit gets interrupted, even if the soil has enough calcium. Crushed eggshells at the bottom of the planting hole actually address this problem in 2 ways. First, the calcium carbonate in eggshells dissolves slowly in the mildly acidic soil environment around the root zone. This provides a steady, consistent source of calcium right at the root interface throughout the entire growing season, instead of the usual pulse and deplete pattern you get with most applied calcium supplements. And second, the gradual dissolution of the eggshells creates a localized calcium gradient in the immediate root zone. That means there's higher calcium availability right where the plant takes it up compared to the rest of the soil, which helps reduce delivery interruptions caused by irregular watering and transpiration. The actual application is pretty straightforward. You'll want to use 1 to 2 crushed eggshells per planting hole, placing them at the bottom before you add that safety soil layer to keep the roots from touching the shells directly. Grinding or crushing the shells to increase their surface area really helps speed up the dissolution rate, so you get available calcium earlier in the season instead of having to wait several months for whole shells to break down. Deep planting takes advantage of tomatoes' unique ability to produce adventitious roots from any part of the stem that's buried in moist soil. This fundamentally changes the root system architecture, shifting it from what you'd get with a surface-planted transplant to something much more like a deeply established perennial. Tomato is actually one of the very few vegetable plants that can do this, produce roots from any portion of its stem that's underground. If you bury a transplant so that about 2/3 of its stem is below the soil surface, it will develop roots along the entire buried stem length within about 2 to 3 weeks after planting. This results in a root system that's significantly larger and deeper than what you'd get if you just planted it at the normal depth. And this expanded root system really matters. It directly affects everything the roots control, like how much nutrient the plant can take up, how deep it can reach for water, how well it can cope with drought, and even the structural support that keeps big fruited varieties from falling over when they're loaded with tomatoes. The practical deep planting technique starts with removing all the leaves from the lower 2/3 of the tomato stem that will be buried. Then you dig a planting hole or a trench that's deep enough to accommodate this and position the transplant so that only the top 1/3 of the plant is sticking out above the soil. The exposed growing tip should be angled toward the south, which helps the plant get the sun exposure it needs to recover from the brief transplant shock. The extra root mass that forms along the buried stem becomes active and fully functional within 2 to 3 weeks of planting. And what you'll notice is that the plants emerging from this establishment period are typically more vigorous and consistently more productive than those planted at the surface. Epsom salt is a great source of magnesium, and tomatoes really respond to it with better fruit set and improved photosynthetic efficiency. Applying it as a foliar spray is the fastest way to get magnesium to the plant, especially when you see those specific deficiency symptoms that tomatoes are prone to. Magnesium is actually the central atom in every chlorophyll molecule, which means every single leaf needs magnesium to function properly. If a tomato plant is short on magnesium, you'll see that classic interveinal yellowing, where the tissue between the veins of older leaves turns yellow, but the veins themselves stay green. This is one of the most common signs in both tomato and pepper plants. From a production standpoint, magnesium deficiency limits the plant's ability to photosynthesize, which reduces the amount of sugar it can produce for fruit development, even if there's plenty of light and water available. Epsom salt, which is magnesium sulfate, dissolves immediately in water and is absorbed through both leaf surfaces and root systems. A foliar spray of 1 tablespoon per liter of water, applied every 2 weeks from the flowering stage onward, actually reaches the deficiency symptoms faster than soil application. This method produces the symptom reversal and yield improvement that, makes this practice a standard recommendation in Amish tomato growing tradition. The sulfur component of Epsom salt also provides a secondary benefit as the 4th macronutrient, whose deficiency most commonly goes undiagnosed, supporting protein synthesis and enzyme function that, nitrogen availability alone just can't drive efficiently. Companion planting with basil and trench composting complete the 5-practice system, and together they address pest pressure and long-term fertility in the ways that commercial growing advice consistently undervalues in favor of purchased inputs. Basil planted at 30 to 45 centimeter spacing around tomato plants produces volatile compounds including linalool, eugenol, and methyl chavicol that research from multiple university horticulture departments has shown to reduce thrips, aphids, and whitefly density on adjacent tomato plants by measurable percentages compared to unplanted controls. The mechanism is olfactory disruption. The basil volatiles interfere with the host-finding behavior of the pest insects by masking the specific tomato volatiles they use to locate feeding sites. Basil also attracts predatory wasps that parasitize tomato hornworm eggs, providing biological control of the single most damaging tomato pest in most North American gardens. Trench composting, the practice of burying kitchen scraps and green garden waste directly in shallow trenches, dug at the drip line of established tomato plants, delivers fertility in the form and location that produces the most efficient plant uptake. Rather than composting material externally and then applying the finished product to the soil surface, trench composting positions the organic matter in the active root zone, where the decomposition products are available to the root system without any transport or conversion delay. The microbial activity around decomposing organic material in the trench attracts earthworm activity to the root zone, producing the combined fertility and aggregate structure improvement that finished compost, applied to the surface, cannot match. These 5 practices, eggshell, calcium, deep planting, Epsom, salt, basil, companion trench composting, cost less than $5 total per season for a full tomato planting and produce the plant health, root system quality, and sustained fertility that commercial growing programs charge multiples of that amount, trying to approximate with purchased inputs. The Amish gardeners who developed and maintained these practices over generations weren't suppressing them. They were simply growing good tomatoes in the way that works, which is the only standard the practices were ever evaluated against. Subscribe to Gardening Guru and join the membership for the complete Amish gardening tradition content and the full companion planting and soil management system that makes these 5 practices most effective. See you in the next one.